Good morning, YouTube. Louie here with the best silver gold deals of Tuesday, April 8th, 2025. Let's go. All right, we have got gold recovering quite a bit today, up $22 to 3,004. Silver up 13 cents to $30.20. Did you catch some of those lower prices over the last day or two? I hope so. Okay, and silver futures 30.23. The spread between spot and futures is almost non-existent, so we'll have to see if this market normalizes. Normally futures would be higher than spot price. The gold-silver ratio is sitting at 99.33, showing you this chart here where you can see when we had the extreme sell-off, got up to 104 on the GSR, and some people were taking advantage of that. But you can see that is absolutely nosebleed area, and I don't even think it belongs up here at 99, but act accordingly, whatever you believe. All right, the 10-year yield is 422, up 0.063 this morning, trying to recover a little bit. Might get as high as 4.3, and at that point I would start buying long bonds again. All right, the dollar nonetheless is down, having to do with currency wars and whatnot. Not sure what the reason for that is, but 103.01, and you can bet we want a lower dollar to give us advantage in foreign markets. All right, and the 10-year is, the copper futures are 427. They're up 8 cents this morning after getting decimated with the sell-off in commodities, incredible sell-off in commodities, as fear of recession is much, much higher than it was before, and we'll have to see if that fear continues or if the rhetoric dies down here. Today is Tuesday. We have the NFIB Optimism Index. San Francisco Fed Head Mary Daly speaks. On Wednesday, wholesale inventories, Fed Head speaker, and minutes of the FOMC meeting. Powell being kind of in a pickle at the moment. All right, and Thursday we'll have initial jobless claims and CPI. All roads lead to Thursday in terms of market moves. As I've said many times, I think metals tend to rally into those kinds of economic releases. All right, and in the pre-markets today, well, surprising day today, and it looks like yesterday was the day to buy everything. Nonetheless, the Fear Greed Index is still at 4, extreme fear. Nonetheless, the Dow futures are up 1,059. S&P up 124, NASDAQ up 402. It was very interesting what happened yesterday. We had the story, of course, the markets were getting ready to go limit down or have at least the third extra large drop. And I think the S&P hit bear market territory, NASDAQ already there. But we had some news come out that Trump was giving us a 90-day extension on the tariffs, except for China. And the markets rallied significantly off that. That was good for me because I had a bet on the VIX. But nonetheless, markets rallied like crazy, and then Trump came out and said that is fake news. The markets fell back, but did not fall back as far. I think that told people that the market was ready to rally and wanting to rally, and that was the clarion call to get back into risk assets. And that's probably why also people started getting out of the 10-year bond and moving back into risk assets, in my opinion. Okay, before we get to the best deals of the day, if you're buying today, let's get on to the question of the day. Here it is. I want to talk about the U.S. Mint for a minute, and I pointed this out before. I'm not sure how many people really noticed, but production, the 2025 production of gold and silver eagles is really, really low. It has dropped from 3.5 million in January to 928,000 in February to 509,000 in March. At the same time, we see dealers raising the premiums on silver eagles. Okay, at the same time, you found it was a little bit hard to find eagles when the price was in that very tasty 28, 29 spot zone. So the question of the day is, do you think eagles are going to go into short supply? Do you think the U.S. Mint is going to go into allocation mode? Do you think people will want silver eagles here around $30 silver, where I think it will probably consolidate for a while? Do you see eagles as something to put your attention on currently? And that could be gold eagles as well. Costco being out of silver for quite a long time, certainly out of eagles, presently out of everything. Do you see that as a signal of any kind? All right, so eagles, thumbs up, thumbs down. What do you think? Let's get on to the deals. Okay, let's start off with 1 gram gold. 1 gram gold, 107 at BGASC in assay. 1/10 gold eagle, 338 at Summit Metals. I think I'll just do the eagles this morning. 1/4 ounce gold eagle is 823 at Summit Metals. 1/2 ounce gold eagle is 1564 at Summit Metals. A 1 ounce gold eagle is 3,117 at Summit Metals, and a 1 ounce gold eagle at Walmart, really worth taking a look at here. 3,145. Use your 3% PayPal card and get that at about 3,045 out the door. If we're looking for a buffalo is 3,123 at Summit Metals. And just going to do the Krugerrand here just to give you the cheapest of the sovereign gold coins. A 1 ounce gold Krugerrand is 3,055 at Summit Metals, but you could get that eagle for about the same price after a 3% rebate on Walmart. Don't let them charge you sales tax. They often try to. Let's do a 1 ounce gold in assay, and that is at Walmart, and that is 3,147 looks like the best deal here. 3,147, about 3,047 if you check out with a 3% rebate credit card. Okay, moving on. A Platinum Eagle, really still very cheap. That's a collector coin. These are on pre-order, 1,110 at Monument Metals, but not bullion. If you just want a plain sovereign platinum coin, 1,017 at SD Bullion. I had a question again yesterday about platinum, and I think there's nothing wrong with platinum. I think you could buy it here, but I'd be sure you have a lot more gold than you have platinum if you are buying that, and that could be a longer hold. All right, let's see. We'll skip the palladium bars. Let's do a silver eagle. Okay, and 35.05 at Summit Metals. That is, they've got silver at 30.53 as their spot price. I don't know if silver is running or not. Let's check that. Silver is, yeah, it is running. 30.44 in the spot market, and it is 30.40 in the futures market. Looks like we're going to recover some ground here today. So back to where I was. Where was I? Right there. Okay, 35.05 puts you about $4.50 over spot. Let's keep going here. In a quantity of 20, you can get silver eagles for 34.08. Puts you at about 33.50 over spot at Pinehurst Coins, quantity of 20. Larger quantities even cheaper. Let's see what Walmart is offering today. Walmart Eagles 709, and that would be 35 a coin, about 34 out the door with a 3% rebate if they don't charge you sales tax. Off-quality Eagles, which are getting harder to find, 33.34 at Monument Metals. Let's keep going here. And we've got a silver maple at 33.06 at Golden Eagle. Those are brilliant uncirculated. We've got a BU Kangaroo, 33.44 at Summit Metals. We've got a BU Britannia, 33.39 at Summit Metals. We've got a Krugerrand, 33.29 at Summit Metals. And let's move on to the 1 ounce random Libertad, 37.52 at Summit Metals. The 5 ounce is out of stock again, and say goodbye to that one. All right, let's keep moving here. Let's do Costco just to prove there's nothing up there. I think what's happening here is their supply chain is drying up personally, but that is just speculation on my part, and we'll see. We'll see what happens. I think they're in trouble. All right, let's keep going. And junk in the trunk this morning is 22.4 times face for $0.50 at SD Bullion. The Mercs this morning are going to be 23.63 at Golden Eagle. And looking at what spot is, if we're at 30.50 in spot, then you would want to pay under 22 times face to get those at spot, or at melt, I should say. Okay, hold on one second. Sorry, I had to flip my bratwurst, and the dogs woke up, and, well, you know how that goes. Hey, those bratwurst, man, they were a good sale the other day, like $3 a pack. I bought a bunch, and they freeze really well. Okay, let's move on to something else. Let's do 20 silver rounds at bullion exchanges, and they are still out of stock. Moving on to quantity of 20 Sunshine Mint Buffaloes over at Pinehurst. 31.69 this morning if you are buying. We'll move on to a kilo deal. The kilo is now 1,021 at Monument Metals. Okay, let's check out those Perth Mint kilo coins, and they still have them today, a lot more expensive, 1,048. Let's see how many of those they have in stock. And here we go, and they still have 69 of the Perth Mint kilo coins, and you'll get one of those 4 coins. It may or may not come in scratched capsules. You'll have to complain if they do. Okay, let's move on to eBay. All right, there's a pocket pinger if you need one of those. How about Silver Eagles? Let's get right to it. We don't want Morgans, and Silver Eagles. 701, 702, good seller, good feedback, and that's 35 a coin. With a 3% rebate, you'll be out the door at about 34 per eagle. Let's see if we can find something better here in the larger lots. In the larger lots, 3,465 for 100 from a good seller. That'd be 33.65 out the door. Good price right there, about $3 over spot. For 100 Silver Eagles. I would strongly consider that if you're buying Eagles this morning. All right, and moving on to the rotation, we'll do 25 Maples are 861, 25 Britannias are 832, 25 Kangaroos are 826, and 25 Krugerrands are 846. So 826 being the better deal here, good seller, and 826 on our cheat sheet will tell us that we are paying pretty cheap. You'd be about $32.20 out the door after a 3% rebate. That would be about $1.70 over spot. So not a bad deal on those kangaroos right there. Okay, let's keep going here, see if there's anything better we can find. Let's take a look at the junk. A large lot of junk as cheap as... those look slick. Let's see, the dimes. Yeah, I had these in my cart. I think I still do have them in my cart with a special offer from him. And I believe, presently they are 22.95, and then out the door would be about 22.20 times face. Somewhere around 22 is melt on those, so that's a good deal there. I'll have to see if that special offer he gave me is still holding. I might be able to buy those under spot today. Ooh, that'd be sweet. Okay, let's do a Carson City in MS65. And we don't want the ICG or the Annex. I don't know that holder. That must be ICG. Let's get to an NGC. Here we go, 495. Yeah, see these dip below $500 recently, making those pretty good buy. Carson City MS65 is a money coin and good for the long-term hold. If you're just looking for peace dollars, why not get MS64 peace dollars? I mean, gee, these are going to be beautiful, and they're going to be about 60 bucks all day long. You could hand those out for Christmas presents. All right, let's keep going here. What's the 5-ounce Libertad selling for these days? 5-ounce Libertad, 220 for the 2023, 222. So I guess the buy at 180 yesterday or so was pretty good buy. All right, let's keep going here. And the cheapest kilo on eBay is 1045, about 102, 1015, 1015 out the door. Anything cool here in the kilo category? It's a good size weight to stack, good size to stack for weight. Often ignored by many collectors. All right, let's do the vintage bar of the day. I'm not saying pay $8.50, but isn't that beautiful? Hoover and Strong. Yeah, beautiful 10-ounce bar. I love that square rectangle-ish format, and just a fine collectible bar right there. Okay, keeping moving here. A kilo kook is selling for $11.26, about $10.96 out the door. And let's go skip the rolls of kooks. We'll go to rounds. How cheap can we get rounds? 32 and then 31 out the door, about 50 cents over spot on stackable rounds this morning. Anything you'd like better here? Sunshine Mint, 32.12. Well, gee, you got your choice. If you believe in silver and you want to buy in here, that's 50, 60 cents over spot right there. The Cowboy rounds are 33.50, about 32.50 out the door at Scottsdale Cowboys. Big old 100-ounce bar. Who's dumping them? Who wants them? I do. I wish I had more of those when silver was at 34. I probably would have sold some. Let's see. And 100-ounce JBR bar, 32, 31 out the door, 50 cents over spot for a JBR bar. Try to get the 4.9s if you can. Okay, and the cheapest Platinum Eagle this morning is $11.35, and that'd be about $1100 out the door. I think that is about a push with the dealer, maybe a little bit cheaper. Okay, let's do the gold. If you're still going for gold, let's do 1 gram gold, and 107 for a gram, 104 out the door. If we're doing random 1/10 gold, we can get Philharmonic for $3.33 out the door, $3.23 out the door. A 1/10 gold eagle can be had, 1/10, yeah, gold eagle can be had for $3.45. That would be $9 off. It puts you at about $3.35 out the door for a 1/10 gold eagle. Let's do random quarter-ounce gold. Random quarter-ounce gold is going to be, we're going to get a Krugerrand first. What are we going to get? Don't want that. Random quarter-ounce gold. This is the Solomon Islands quarter-ounce, still there at 800 bucks. And that would be 24 bucks off. It'd be about $7.75 out the door for the quarter-ounce Solomon. And there is the Krugerrand for $8.08, about 10 bucks more. Okay, and let's keep going to quarter-ounce Gold Eagle. How much can we save on Gold Eagles? They're not making many of those right now at the Mint. It's going to be $8.42, $25 off. It puts you at about $8.15 on a quarter-ounce Gold Eagle. $8.15 compared to the cheapest price I can find on the internet. $8.15 versus $8.23. You're going to save $8 a Gold Eagle if you have that 3% rebate credit card. Links on my website to those. Okay, and let's keep going to something bigger. The bigger the gold, usually the better the savings. On eBay, let's do random half-ounce gold. If you think gold is gold, let's find something cheap here. No, not seeing it yet. We don't want it in the bezel. And a eagle is not a half-ounce of gold. Here is JM Bullion. That'll be out of stock. That's their gift to you this morning. Skip the head coins. How about a prospector? All right, there is a prospector, vintage prospector bar. 999 gold, 1587, 45 bucks off. It'll put you at 1542, which would put you at about 3080 melt. Not terrible, not terrible. Let's keep going. Anything better here? Random world coins, a little bit more. Okay, let's go on to something bigger. Let's go to a 1 ounce gold eagle and let's see what we can find. 3100, and that is M&M coin. Well, good seller, good feedback, free shipping. Nothing wrong with that. 3100, 95 bucks off would put you a little over 3,000. Wow, that's a good deal. 25 eagle too. Look at that one. Ooh, yeah, all day long. Let's do the real math on this, show you how much you're going to save on this. 3,100 times 0.97, taking 3% off if you have that PayPal credit card or you have the American Express Clear Blue Cash. Links on my website. You'll be at 3,007. I'll just tell you right now, that is smoking, guys. 3,007 versus best price on the internet is 3,117. Wow, you're going to save $100 on that. Smoking, smoking, smoking. What is wrong with this picture? And look at that, he has 10 available. Wow, and there's a $10 coupon too. Okay, if you still believe in gold, there you go. Oh man, I ain't going to beat that. I'm just going to keep moving here. Let's see, that may be it for the gold. If you don't like saving money on gold, don't shop there. Let's see, cheapest Krugerrand? I don't know, maybe we'll get those even cheaper. 31.36, about 30.36 out the door for a Krugerrand. The Eagle is cheaper, believe it or not. The Tudor Beast in quarter ounce, 8.16, about 7.90 or so out the door. And the 1 ounce Queen's Beast, Tudor Beast, is going to be 31.47, about 30.47 out the door. Oh, look, the Dragon is the cheapest. Ooh. 31.47, 3% off. Yeah, put you about 30.47. Be pretty close to spot on the Tudor Dragon. That is my absolute favorite right there. Well, you can get multiples of that one too. Oh, we're doing good this morning. $5 commemorative if your budget is smaller. 765. Let's do the math on that. 765 divided by 0.24. 241, I think it's 0.241. 3174 melt times 0.97. Got to take that credit card. If you don't have a 3% rebate credit card, you may want to get one. Very close to melt on a $5 commemorative. 3,079. Very nice. Small U.S. sovereign gold and often way cheaper than a gold eagle. Okay, I'm just going to keep moving here. And stuff in my eBay store. If you see anything you like there, ask me for a friend discount. And some beautiful bars there and some rarer stuff as well if you like to collect. Okay, and moving on here, there's a precious metals verifier. You may want to get one of those, a vacuum sealer, highly recommended. The Devil Forge is very cool. And the Amex card right there, 3% off. Get that today if your credit's better. And your PayPal card, you don't even need good credit for that. And they'll flex your credit limit depending on your credit, but that is how you get that 3% off on eBay all day long. Also works at the U.S. Mint, guys. Oops, I'm going to have to flip that bratwurst. Hold on. All right, and here are the three coin shops on YouTube I recommend: Vermilion Enterprises, Minot Coin and Bullion, and Coin Huskers. And sadly, both Coin Huskers and Vermilion have raised their premiums on American Silver Eagles. I asked him about that, and he said the good ones are not coming in the shop like they were before, so they are stuck with higher premiums, $3.50 and $4 for, I believe, backdate Silver Eagles. So look how fast that happened, and hopefully you were buying Eagles a few days ago when I was talking about it. But check all three out. You may like their sales. There may be some other stuff you want there, like junk. If you can't get Eagles, then just go for the cheap junk. And you can support my work with a subscription to Bolden.com and try the free trial. You can buy me a cup of coffee if you like what I'm doing here, and you can join my membership channel, which I greatly appreciate, each and every member, and you can do that by clicking this join button down here at the bottom of the website. Welcome new members, and remember to reach out to me at losinglouis@yahoo.com if you want to pick up some silver or you just need some advice on something. Thank you, each and every member. I'm going to wrap it up there. Hope you guys have a great day. Sorry I'm getting this video out late. Everything has been holding me back this morning. So I will see you tomorrow. Good luck out there.